This is the card trick from the future. Now first of all, let me just show you the performance, then I'm going to show you how to do this card trick. So at this point, let me just show you that all the cards that are present in this deck of cards are completely mixed up, right? They're completely different and they're in a haphazard manner. So at this point, if you still don't believe me, I'm actually going to shuffle these cards right in front of your eyes so that you guys can believe me that all the cards that are present in these cards or in this deck are completely different and they're completely mixed up, right? Now at this point, all I'm going to do is basically I'm actually going to ask the spectator to select 3 random playing cards. Now there could be 3 different spectators or there could be one spectator picking 3 random playing cards. So let's say the first spectator selects a card from the center just like that. So that will be the first card. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to give some cuts, and then the second spectator is also going to select another random card from the center. For example, let's say this one. Now at this point, the other spectator or the last spectator is going to do the same thing just as the first 2 spectators. He or she is going to select a random card from the center. Now at this point, these are 3 different cards chosen by 3 different spectators, or maybe just the same spectator, but these are 3 random cards which are being chosen, right? Now I'm going to reveal these cards. So this is 5 of spades, and this is a joker, and this is a 9, the 9 of diamonds. So at this point, I'm not going to be considering the suits of the cards. Instead of that, I'm actually be considering the values of the cards. For this card, it will be the 5, for joker it will be 0, and for 9 it will be 9. So at this point, if we arrange these cards, and from your perspective it will be 5, 0, 9, right? And this point is a future point from the point where I was dealing cards to you guys. So from the point where you were actually selecting the cards, this point is right now the future. And this future has the same exact value, 509, which is 509. So this is the time right now, and as you can see that this is the card trick from the future. Now it changed to 10, that's okay, but that's the card trick, and here's how you're gonna do it. This card trick is very easy to do, and here is how you're going to do it. For this card trick to work, all you need to know is 1 card force at least, and a little bit of timing, so that you can figure out that how much time you'd actually take in order to complete this entire trick, and that's what is most necessary. Now before that, if you're new to cards, then you need to understand what the values of cards are. And so the first card, it's a joker, and its value is 0. The next card is an ace, and the value of ace is always 1, and it could be of any suit, not just diamonds, okay? The next one is 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So these are the cards that you need for this trick to work, and actually I don't use the 10 much because I always use this single digit cards. It's easier for the spectator to understand, and that's also a reason why I also don't use face cards, because the face cards are jack, queen and king, and the value of jack is 11, queen is 12, king is 13. But for people who doesn't know cards well, it will be very difficult for them to understand. So at this point, I'm only going to need the number cards, and mostly the single digit cards and the joker, and from every single suit. It really doesn't matter. So as I told you, like, you need to know a card forcing technique. You can use any card forcing technique you want, and I'm going to be listing a couple of card forces in the description so that you can figure out which card forcing technique you can use. And yeah, that's it. So in order to do this trick, all you need to do is you need to force 3 cards to the spectator, and you need to practice before that. So for me, it actually takes around like 2 minutes to complete this entire trick. So I'll just see the time, and the time where I'll be looking should be in a smartphone or maybe a smartwatch, and the time should be synced with the time zone for this trick to work, because if it's not synced with the time zone, your time will be wrong. So the timing will all get wrong and the prediction won't match. So for example, let's say right now the time is 4:10 or something like that, then I'm going to be prepared to force the cards 4, ace, and then 2, because I know that I'm going to take 2 minutes, so it will be 4:12 when I'll be finishing the card trick. But before even that, what I do is basically, if it's 410 or something like that, all I do is kind of like take the 4 and an ace. Okay, I just look for an ace. So this is an ace, so I just keep the ace in the second position and 4 onto the top position, because that is the most basic part. So if it's 410, I know that within the 10th minute, or within the section of 10 minutes, or within the time of 10 minutes, it's not going to be more than 420 or something like that. So if it's 410, I will have enough time in order to complete this entire trick within the section of 410. That means it could be 411 to 419. So I just keep the third card for the last selection. So at first I force the top card, which will be the 4, the next card which will be the ace, which is 1, and then it really depends on how much time I'm using in order to talk to the spectator. So if I'm using more time, that means I'll take more than 2 minutes, which is my usual time that I take in order to complete this trick. So let's say if I take more than 2 minutes, let's say I take 3 minutes, the next time that I'll be completing this card trick will be 4:13, because if I started the trick at 4:10, I should have been completing it at 4:12, but if I take more time while talking to the spectator, I should be completing it at 4:13, not much more than that. So it really depends on how much you can manage the time. So at this point, what I'm going to do is, before forcing the last card, I'm actually going to show the cards to the spectator and search for a 3. When I get the 3, all I need to do is basically, I need to cull the 3, okay? I need to cull the 3 behind, and when the 3 comes over here, all I need to do is I need to put it onto the top, and then I am going to force it using any of the forcing techniques that I want. And once I force it, all I need to do is basically, I need to explain to the spectator that, so they have selected these 3 cards and I'm going to reveal it. So I'm going to just turn these cards over and I'm going to actually call out the names of these cards. So this is 4 of hearts, ace of clubs, and 3 of clubs, right? Now at this point, once I have done that, I'm actually going to tell them that I don't need these suits, so I just need the values of the cards. So this is 4, this is 1, and this is 3. So 4, 1, 3. Now at this point, it looks a little bit like in a reverse direction to you guys. That's because while you're going to perform, you're going to keep the cards at the right, because the spectator is going to be right in opposite of you. So at this point, it will be 4, 1, 3 for them. That means this is going to be the order for them. And when this is going to be the order for them, all you're going to do is you're going to explain to them that at some point of time they were selecting the cards before I reveal the cards, right? So that point of time is actually a past, right? But this point of time is present, but it is also the future for that past when they were selecting the cards. And they'll be saying, yes, that is. And then all you need to do is you need to just bring out your smartphone, which is synced with the time zone, or just ask them to bring out their smartphones. Usually smartphones are always synced with time zones, and then ask them to look at the time. So when they look at the time, they see 4:13, 4:13, and that's how you're going to be doing this entire trick. So that's how this trick is done. Now that being said, there are a few things that I need to tell you about this card trick. That is, the hour hand will be constant. That means if you're performing it at 7 o'clock, you have an entire hour for you to go. That means within 7 you have 7:01 to 7:59, this entire 59 minutes for you to predict the future. So that being said, this always stays constant. And then I always try to start this trick when it is like around 4:10s, 4:20s, or 4:30s. Not just 4, it's around the 10s, 20s, 30s of any hour, okay? So I try to start around the multiple of 10. If the minutes are in the multiple of 10, it's very easy for you to get 10 entire minutes in order to complete this entire trick, which gives you an ample amount of time. So that was the second point. And the third point is, you need to practice this a lot so that you can manage time very easily, and you can end up every single time successfully predicting the time with the 3 cards that you're going to force to the spectator. Now that's how this trick is done. Now there's one more thing to say, that this trick is actually not mine. I saw someone performing it, but I actually can't remember who was performing it. I saw it a long time ago and that guy performed it. So I'm pretty sure that it was a guy, and I'm not sure where I watched it and who did it. So for that reason, I can't really figure out the name of the person. But if you know this card trick and if you know who performed it, then make sure you comment that in the comment section, the name of the person, so that I can credit him in the description box. And I'm also going to be checking before crediting, so just don't go on and throw any random name in the comment section. Now before ending this video, I just wanted to mention that I have a course called Inception of Card Magic, which deals with card tricks and techniques for beginners. And if you are interested in card tricks and you want to start it, that course is a great one for you guys, and it has moved to the subscription based plan. So basically those who have purchased it, you are going to have it for your entire lifetime, and for those who haven't purchased it yet, you have a chance to actually get it for free. If you sign up through the first link in the description box, it will give you 7 days of free trial. And if you get 7 days of free trial, it's not just my course, you can also watch many other courses on that platform for free for 7 days. And after 7 days, you can use code MAKINGIMPOSSIBLE just to get 25% off if you plan on subscribing furthermore onto this application. So that being said, thanks for watching, and if you're new here, then make sure you subscribe, because that is going to help me create a lot more amazing contents like this one. And yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Peace.